the team we were campaigning for won. What more business do we have every rally to be dragging the name of a retired president in our political verbosity?
3.5 years down the line, Ruto's regime and its sympathizers are continuing to blame Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, the former president, for the incompetence that Ruto's administration has had. You saw even in Jirongo's burial, the former president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta came clean and told these persons, like, hey, mind your own business. Stop dragging me into your incompetencies. I am not part of it. And you ODM guys, you are forgetting that it is Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta who actually decided to support the former late Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga, only to fail on the D-Day of the elections. Anyway, Ndindi Nyoro is having a piece of advice to these cronies.
I was part of the last Times campaign when there was an obsession of every rally attacking other leaders, and especially the former president Uhuru Kenyatta. Now, the team we were campaigning for won. What more business do we have every rally to be dragging the name of a retired president in our political verbosity? I mean, we are Kenyans. I was part of that team. I was younger, probably I could do things differently now. President Uhuru Kenyatta was president last term. And me, because I don't want to run from responsibility, we were supporting the arm of the then deputy president, who is the current president. And I don't think we are proud of the kind of altercations that were there between the president and the deputy president then. Because we need to play our politics differently as Kenyans. Now that is repeating itself. That even when he has left office, we find it convenient, and the politicians find it convenient, when they want to increase school fees from January, they want to blame it on Uhuru Kenyatta. When the weather is bad, they want to blame it on Uhuru Kenyatta. When we are borrowing 4 billion a day, we want to blame it on President Uhuru Kenyatta. My friends, you are now in the reins of power. Can we stop this grandstanding? Let us respect our leaders. Uhuru Kenyatta deserves respect. He did what he did for Kenyans. Now, because those who have an opportunity have it, what business is there every rally to be besmirching the name of a retired president? Every leader who is currently serving is a future former leader.
Well, after listening to that, one thing is clear. Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, yes, had his own faults. We all know. It was a regime also mad with extrajudicial killings. It was also a regime mad with state-sanctioned abductions. We know about that. It was a regime mad with a lot of corruption. It was a regime mad with partnerships and entities that were running this country dry to its knees. Was ODM helping in any way? No. When the hunger prices were high, did ODM help in any way by joining hands with Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta back in the regime? No. We know about that. But since that regime was out of power, and the person they were supporting to take over power never made it into the presidential seat, and the person they were voting for to take the mantle as the president, the late former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga, never made it. And so, whom did we have chosen by Kenyans as the president? It is William Samoei Ruto. 3.5 years down the lines, you still continue to blame Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta for your failures, for your incompetency, unless Kenyans are taken for a ride. Look at the nation. Lots of projects that are launched do not meet the light of the day. They are launched. We have those banners put there, launched by EGH, whatever, William Samoei Ruto on such a date. But do those projects reach commencement? They don't. They normally don't. So, why do we have you blaming us for you not delivering that which you promised to Kenyans? Why use Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta as a scapegoat? Or you are continuing to apply the dead cat philosophy in this, such by you find something that will create distraction away from the real issues that Kenyans are dealing with. Bad education, poor medical attention, poor economy. Agriculture is not considered anymore in this country. Now, should we also blame the previous regime while you hold the mantle to change the things and deliver the promises you gave prior to the 2022 general elections and immediately after you are elected? Kenyans, who bewitched us? Why don't we just sit down and see the way these persons are taking us for a ride? Anyway, it's up for you to judge the performance of this regime and decide who becomes the next president come 2027. It's the beginning of 2026. You may have your resolutions. Mine, as usual, I have had my achievements, I have had my failures. All in all, no special thing in 2026. 365 days of creating content, doing my political analysis. Anyway, I wish you good. I wish you well. If you love content of this nature you're watching from my YouTube channel, kindly subscribe and press the notification button so anytime that we are live or we upload content of this nature, you'll be the very first person to be notified. Ahmed Khalif is my name for the unscripted talks here in Dab Radio. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Kwa timba kali za Afrika, Dab Radio ndio mpango mzima.